Welcome to Beaver Stadium, home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, one of the largest crowds in college football assembled here. And a rivalry like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, the tradition and the history, but right here, right now, there's great intensity. This is why these guys came to these schools to play in games like this. As we'll see the number 7 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Buckeyes will kick this away to get us going. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So Penn State's offense is up first today.
Well, Kirk, you can just feel the emotion, the intensity of this rivalry game right now.
Well, one thing we know is you work year-round for a rivalry game, and now it's right before your eyes. Let's see how these guys play today.
The guys up front lined up. It's first down. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They look to throw it here on second down. Makes a quick grab. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Chris, watch him work through his progressions here. Finds the first and the second option aren't there. By the third option, he's got to pull it down and try to pick up some positive yards, which he did, and then he slides down to avoid the big hit.
The Nittany Lions begin a new series here, first and 10.
42 Spider. Check.
Ball handed off. He gets loose. They bring him down, but not before a huge gain. Lose the ball to the 40-yard line.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can.
And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Looking to pass here on second down. Using his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on third and long. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. Quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
The Nittany Lions will have to punt this one away. And the punt heads out of bounds. They'll spot it down around the 10-yard line. So Ohio State's offense comes out for their first possession today. More of this game within the game, Kirk. You got the quarterback and the corner, two of the better guys in the country at their position, very aware of each other.
And on the other side, you got a quarterback that has an attitude. He doesn't care. He's confident in his ability to shift and move the defense at will. It's going to be a great matchup.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
He's going to pull it down and run. And the senior calls his own number and keeps this drive moving.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Running through the tackle. Well, Cook, you played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best in rivalry games are the teams that have the best leaders that keep them focused on the task at hand.
Moves his way for a first down to the 35.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. You think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers, but we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Did well to avoid a loss there, but it's no gain on the play.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play, they're in position to bring him down for a loss.
The offense now looking at a 3rd and short from their own 40, trying to keep this drive going. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Tackled across midfield at the 48, good enough for a first down.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. 3rd and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. Now this is the 8th play on this drive. He hands it off from the gun. Tackled after a 3-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. He makes the grab. An explosive play. They finally get him down, but the offense very near to the red zone.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Takes the handoff on the counter play.
Teams are getting more and more creative with how they run their counter plays. Gone are the days of everyone under center running the counter tray. Now you're seeing it modernized. We'll see how many different versions they'll run today.
Getting set for the 2nd quarter here. Both offenses searching for a spark. They didn't do much in the 1st quarter at all. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. The back's got it again. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. And they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. Try and muscle for the first down. That's a good effort on the run, but the defense stops him just short of the marker. 4th down now. Buckeyes will come to the line here, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. Here we go, 4th down. They'll try to run for it. And the tackle is made, but the offense now is set up. First and goal from the 9.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
They'll try to run it in on first and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Defense stops him, but that's a solid game.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about third down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop.
And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start, to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. Last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. He just came flying in to lay the lumber immediately.
What a great job of timing up the blitz here by the backer. I don't know how this running back held on to the football, because as soon as he got his hands on it, he got hit hard.
When they hand it off to the back. In the clear at the 25. And he'll pick up the first down, stopped at the 27.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching the game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Takes the handoff, and he'll head left. They bring him down to the 38, but that's good enough for a first down.
What a nice job here by this offensive line in the back to pick up this first down. And, Chris, you know better than me growing up in this area, Penn State's offense and the ability to run the ball, probably been doing it as well as anybody in college football for decades, going back to guys like the late, great Franco Harris and Kajana Carter and Larry Johnson and Miles Sanders more recently, and, of course, Saquon Barkley. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Penn State running backs, and I'm sure they're proud to see him running the football the way he is today.
Second down after that run on the previous play. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the first down. And the catch is made off the carom there. Defense flies in. They make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And the Nittany Lions will line up to kick it away when he comes for his second punt of the game. Running it back, it's Sanders. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. And that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Breaks loose at the 45. He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What is an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Finds his man. It's Sanders. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
This defense has got to do a better job in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, and this offense could have 50 on you by the end of this game.
Now here's the toss play. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Looking to scramble to his left. The tight end has got it. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Now it's 3rd and short from the 22. You expect this is 4-down territory. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking right, this one caught.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. Kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settled for 3 here, and now the kickoff. See if the opposing offense can answer before halftime. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Nittany Lions offense retakes the field. We'd expect a prudent decision here, backed up near their own end zone. Just run the clock out and get to halftime. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And he's tackled after the catch.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you've got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. First play of the second half, they keep it on the ground. They stop him right at the 24.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And he'll pick up the first down, stopped at the 27. And the player is down injured after that last play. We'll take a timeout while they check him out. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. The back's got it. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, these are the kind of plays you have to make to be able to win the game in the second half. This back had a great first half and has gotten plenty of touches, so you've got to make sure this half is different than how things have gone so far.
And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
The game sets up a third down play. You snap it, quarterback looking to throw the ball. Grab down the middle. It's Sanders. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a third down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
He's brought down out at the 46.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance and a really nice gain.
Gives it to the back. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches to go.
Well, this guy did everything that he could to try to get to that first down marker. It looks like he's just going to be inches short, and it's decision time for the offensive coordinator and head coach.
And the quarterback will just sneak it now. The Buckeyes moving quickly down the field here.
And one of the things we love about this guy is his ability to use his legs when he has to. And I almost feel like he got behind that offensive line, and because of his size, I don't know if they were able to locate him. By the time they did, it's a first down for the offense.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much in this game at all. That ball carrier being tackled near the line of scrimmage. Maybe if this defense can make more plays like that in the second half, their team will be able to chip away at this lead.
Defense cannot get off the field. The long drive continues. Takes the handoff again. Finding enough space for a solid game before they stop it.
Just love watching his back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and it's a nice, solid game.
Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
To me, Chris, with this offense, it's almost an extension of their running game. You put the receiver out in motion, you flip the ball out to him, out to the outside, let him do what he does best, which is use his instincts, and he picks up a first down.
Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Maybe this stop is an indicator of what's to come for this defense. The offense, frankly, has been able to enforce their will in the first half, but maybe things are starting to change.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down, and he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State. And momentum really building now. Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
Point after, up and good. Now they get set to kick it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. And the Penn State offense comes back on the field. First down here for this offense. The shotgun running play call. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
A gain makes it second and medium. Sticking with the running game. Stopped short of the marker after just a short gain. Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the third quarter. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Receiver makes the catch. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Well, this is why they want to get his hands on the football as often as possible. We always know about his ability to make plays downfield, but here they just get it to him quick on a wide receiver screen. He shakes a tackle and picks up nice yards.
Breaking free at the 35. It's a huge gain all the way down inside the 30.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Well, Kurt, Ohio State has the lead here after one. So after 3 quarters of play, it's a pretty solid lead. Let's take a look at our game stats, how we got here. And now entering the final period of play, is there an epic comeback in store? We're going to find out. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Ball handed off, running with purpose. They pick up 4, so second down and 6 coming up.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here, keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Catch is made down the middle. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a first and goal.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
So off the loss, it's second and goal from the 8. Hand off to the back. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
What a great job there by the defense, reading that play, pursuing to the football. Nice loss of yardage there on second and goal, and now it's third and goal for the offense.
The offense still looking to score a touchdown for the first time. Now it's third and goal. From the shotgun, drops back, looking for an open man. And he scores. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Chris, how about the call here with the wheel route? The running back, we know he can run the football, but here he shows his ability to catch the ball. And that wheel route is tough on a defense. Sometimes the back can get lost. Here he catches it, finds his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Returner decides to fair catch this. And here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll run it from the gun. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Man, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Second down after that previous play. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. They'll try to run for the first down. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's getting fourth down and inches. The Buckeyes will look to convert here on fourth down. Try to make it with a quarterback sneak.
That's where you tip your cap to the offensive line. Fourth down in inches, simple call, quarterback sneak, but a nice surge there up front by the big boys to give the quarterback plenty of room to pick up that first.
Buckeyes will have 1st and 10 here. Single back takes the handoff. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage. Good job bleeding the clock on this drive so far. They'll come up on a second down. Takes the handoff again. And tackled after a small pickup there.
Well, this defense understands the magnitude of this drive right here. That's back-to-back plays. They've stepped up and done a great job. Now it's third down. Can they apply some more pressure to try to get this offense off the field?
Offense looking to convert on third and short from the 42. Can they make the yardage or face a tricky fourth down decision? Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down.
You know, they've got a lead here late in the game, and the play calling, I think, shows you how much confidence they have in this quarterback. He's had a pretty clean game today, and this decision to still throw the ball with the lead shows you that they believe he's going to make the right decisions and make accurate throws.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Well, we got a smart offensive coordinator on our hands today, Chris. Great job of just keep feeding this running back, keep it on the ground, working with the lead in the fourth quarter, force them to use all their timeouts, and just keep working that clock.
Handoff as you try to work the clock here. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
This will be the 9th play on the drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
This running back's had a big night, the kind of night you dream about, but the defense finally steps up and gets to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. They need 5 yards here on fourth down to keep the drive alive. And he drops back in the gun. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. This defense just cannot get off the field. A long march moves on. Handoff to the single back. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Takes the toss and heads left. Finding some room at the 25. Fighting off the tackler. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Well, that's why you practice right there, Chris. This offense had the pressure, the game on their back. They deliver, they get a touchdown, and now make this a 2-possession game with under 2 to go. Like their odds of closing this game out.
And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the fourth. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the Penn State offense is back out on the field. This has been a rough game for these guys. Not much left to do but play for pride. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Contact as he threw it. It's caught downfield. Tackle made at 41. That's a nice gain, getting closer to midfield. They'll hurry to the line here with the clock running. And looking to throw now on first down. The pocket breaking down. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. It's a big gain across midfield all the way to the 39-yard line. Looking to chuck it again. Throws to the tight end. And it's complete downfield. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Bringing pressure. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack. First down sack. Pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. And he spikes it to stop the clock.
It's now third down.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. And he'll drop back here on third down. And the freshman able to get home with the sack. Fourth down and very long, but the offense still on the field. They're going to go. Linebacker shifting around now. Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. Not much on the return, but they snuff out the drive with the takeaway.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
There might not be a sweeter feeling in college football, Kirk. You walk